You always know when you're in Georgia. Hello, I hope all of you who are watching this are doing very well. It was just brought to my attention here on August 12th, 2018, that the latest season of Stranger Things, Season 3, will be shot in Gwinnett Place Mall. This is crazy because back in March of this year, I had a little downtime and I decided to stop by Gwinnett Place Mall and go inside. And I was shocked to see what it had become or what it had been reduced to. This is where I spent a good bit of my childhood. Inside of this mall and Perimeter Mall and Town Center Mall. There were other malls that we went to, but this was a huge part of my childhood. Like, this was the place to be back in the mid to late 80s. Our parents would take us and drop us off there. We would go on these mall tours in a way. So me and my friends, we would get together and we would basically visit different malls every weekend during the school year. And in the summer, we would just mix it up and go to different ones. But Gwinnett Place was like, that was one of the main malls that we would go to. We would go to Perimeter Mall, Gwinnett Place Mall, Town Center Mall, Cumberland Mall, and that was about it. Those were the four big malls. Lenox Mall, of course, was still there, but it was a little bit, at the time, it was a lot harder. Like the people who were hanging out there, it just seemed like it just wasn't really the best environment for us, so we didn't really do Lenox Mall hardly ever. But I went to Gwinnett and Perimeter the most. Those were the two closest malls to Alpharetta, which is where I grew up. And I mean, this place was everything to me. I mean, it was just, I don't know, it had every single store you could even dream of. And on top of that, you know, it seemed like it was never going to go away. It was like, it was where you took your dates. This is all, of course, like before we were 16 years old. And even once we turned 16, we would drive to these malls and hang out there. And, you know, we'd go to the video game arcades. And that was where, like, you know, that was like our main, at least my main hangout. I would go straight into this mall and I would head straight to the video game arcade. Unfortunately, right now, the name of the arcade in Gwinnett Place Mall escapes me. So if anyone's watching this and they can remember the name of the video game arcade that used to be in Gwinnett Place Mall, please leave it in the comments below. I would love to know, because right now all I can remember is Tilt, which was at Perimeter Mall. That was the video game arcade there, because Perimeter was by far the mall that I went to the most. And there was also, I want to say it was called Jolly Time, that was at Town Center Mall. And as a matter of fact, I can't remember the name of the arcade that was at Cumberland Mall, and I can't remember the name of the arcade at Gwinnett Place. I just can't remember them anymore. It's really killing me. But anyway, without further ado, I want you guys to see these images. This video, you'll be shocked to see what this mall has been reduced to. And I'm kind of glad to hear that Netflix has taken this mall over for Stranger Things. I think it will give it a rebirth in a way. But you never know, because the county and the city, they have to get behind these things, and they're just not doing it. Everybody right now seems to be completely caught up in this new, like, mall that's been turned inside out craze. So we have these malls here in Georgia now, like, and the reason I didn't mention North Point Mall, because North Point Mall is starting to look just like Gwinnett Place Mall looks today before they came in to film Stranger Things. So all shopping malls as we know them are dying, and they're dying at the hands of these new shopping centers where everything is outside, and you know, there's just, it's new, and people just forget about the old stuff here in Georgia, and they move on to the new stuff, and it's really sad, and just it's really crazy to see these images you're going to see. You're going to be like, what? I mean, this mall was once so vibrant, and just knowing it as it was and seeing it as it is now has just been quite an eye-opener, and it's taught me that you just, nothing in this life is forever. You just have to, you know, recognize that and make the best of what you have in front of you and cherish those times, because things will change and you'll be like, you'll look back on things and you will be like, wow, this is, you know, I had my, you just remember where you like were when you got like certain products like toys or, you know, video game stuff, and it all took place in this mall. So anyway, I'm going to quit rambling now because I've already taken up enough of your time. Please enjoy these images and like and subscribe. And remember, leave me the name of that arcade if you know it. Thank you. All right, it looks like shopping malls as we know them are dying, because this one is really, really quiet. And I haven't been inside of this mall in, seriously, probably about 20 years. Just for the record, it is 2018. And I just walked in here for the first time just to see how things changed. And I gotta tell you, this is kind of depressing. Wow. And look at this. Wow. It's got to be cheap to get a store in here. Maybe not. Maybe that's part of their problem. Oh my. Let's pause for a moment. You know, even though it's been forever since I've been here, this store, I think, has always been in this location. Wow. It's more closed shops here. Oh my. Someone else is taking pictures here too. Look at this. I mean, this is crazy. This is insane. Oh my. Are you kidding? Wow. What was that? I've got to see the food court. This is just crazy. Yeah. Okay, I believe the food court used to be over here. Upstairs, of course. Oh my. Oh my God. This is just crazy. Yep, this was the food court. This whole upper and lower level. See what they have here now. This is insane. Oh, this is depressing. Oh, wow. Are you kidding? This has got to be a joke. Nothing. Wow. Will you be back in 30 minutes? Well, I think I see where everyone from Gwinnett Mall went. They came to Sugarloaf Mills. This is where they're hanging out now. Yeah, it doesn't look too happening either, does it? But there's some people here. Some stuff going on. Yeah, that creaking noise you're hearing, that is the Tesla. Making all kinds of wonderful noises. Anyway, so here we are. Sugarloaf Mills. God, I can't get used to it. This mall has been here for quite some time. I mean, definitely 15 years, if not more. I don't think it's quite 20 years old. Gwinnett Mall, where I was just filming, that mall has been there for, gosh, over 30 years. Always wondered where that place was located. All right, this is more like it. There's like people here, actually. Stores are open. This is what a mall is supposed to look like. And I really hope that malls don't die, because even though I no longer shop and I don't really care to go to a mall like that, I just think if you're gonna have a place where people go shopping, this should be covered, in case of a rainy day or something. These new style shopping centers that are here in Georgia, like Atlantic Station, and I'm trying to think of the other one, I don't know why I'm forgetting, Avalon, places like that. They're cool, they're great, but they're great when the weather's good. They're terrible when the weather's bad. These places are not. They're covered always. It's a better environment, in my opinion.